The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is mastery. The best in the world aren't just those who put in effort. They're the ones who sharpen their skills to an elite level, gaining an edge others don't have. So, what do you need to master? What skill, knowledge, or expertise will set you apart? This is the question that separates winners from the rest. To be at the top of your field, you must possess knowledge others don't. You need to develop an understanding so deep and refined it makes you irreplaceable. This demands a relentless commitment to learning. Study, read, and learn from the best. Seek out mentors, dissect their strategies, and apply their lessons. Read books that expand your thinking, watch industry leaders, and analyze what makes them successful. Don't settle for surface-level understanding. Go deep, learn the nuances, and master the details. Today, information is everywhere, but consuming it passively isn't enough. You must take action. Knowledge without application is wasted potential. Many people read books or attend seminars, yet never implement what they learn. The real power of specialized knowledge comes when you apply it. Test it in the real world. Experiment, fail, adjust, refine, and keep going until your knowledge turns into skill and your skill turns into mastery. When you achieve mastery, your value skyrockets. The world pays top dollar for experts. Companies, clients, and customers don't look for generalists. They seek out specialists who can solve their problems better than anyone else. The more valuable your knowledge, the more opportunities will open for you. The more refined your skills, the more indispensable you become. But here's the secret. Mastery is a moving target. You can never stop learning. The moment you think you've made it is the moment you start falling behind. The world evolves, industries change, and new knowledge emerges. If you want to stay ahead, you must continue to grow. The best in the world never stop improving, so commit to it right now. Pursue mastery. Choose a field, a skill, an industry that aligns with your goals. Dive deep, study relentlessly, absorb every piece of knowledge you can find, and most importantly, apply what you learn. Let your actions separate you from the rest. General knowledge makes you average. Specialized knowledge makes you powerful. Be the one who knows what others don't, who has mastered what others have only dabbled in, and watch as the world rewards you for it. Success belongs to the decisive. A study of thousands who failed in life found one critical pattern. Lack of decision was a primary reason for failure. The inability to make decisions, the hesitation, the constant second-guessing. These are the silent killers of dreams. Opportunities slip away not because people are incapable, but because they hesitate, overthink, and wait for the right moment. Indecision kills dreams. It's the poison that paralyzes action and ensures mediocrity. Every moment spent doubting, analyzing, or waiting for the perfect scenario is a moment lost forever. The most powerful mindset you can adopt is to act as if you cannot lose. When you remove quitting as an option, you force yourself to find solutions. You push through the pain, the failures, and the doubt until victory is the only outcome left. Look at any self-made success story and you'll see the same pattern: resilience, persistence, and an unbreakable belief in oneself. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It's the ability to keep going when others stop. It's the ability to see failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need every answer before you begin. You just need to start. Most people think they need more information, more certainty, or more experience before taking action, but that's a lie. Clarity comes from action, not from endless analysis. The more decisions you make, the sharper your instincts become. The more risks you take, the better you learn to navigate uncertainty. Successful people understand that even a wrong decision is better than no decision. Why? Because every decision leads to learning, experience, and growth. Even mistakes push you forward. Failure is not the enemy, inaction is. The real danger isn't making the wrong choice, but making no choice at all. Think about this. If you knew without a doubt that you would succeed, how would you act? Would you hesitate? Would you second-guess yourself? Or would you move forward with unstoppable confidence? The answer is clear. When you truly believe in your success, you operate at a higher level. You make bolder decisions. You take smarter risks. You stay persistent even when faced with challenges. Your future is being shaped by the thoughts you plant today. Will you allow doubt and fear to grow, or will you take control and plant the seeds of confidence, determination, and success? The choice is yours. From this moment on, decide to be intentional with your thoughts. Speak success into existence. Act as if your dreams are already yours. Train your subconscious mind to expect greatness, and watch as your reality transforms to match your belief. No great success comes without obstacles. The road to achievement is never smooth. It's filled with failures, setbacks, and challenges designed to test your willpower. Every great winner in history, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, faced obstacles that would have broken an ordinary person, but they never stopped. They refused to surrender to failure, and that's what set them apart. Failure isn't the end. It's a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of success. Edison failed over 10,000 times before he perfected the light bulb. Henry Ford went bankrupt multiple times. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. Yet, none of them let failure define them. They understood a fundamental truth. As long as you keep moving forward, you never truly fail. The most powerful mindset you can adopt is to act as if you cannot lose. When you remove quitting as an option, you force yourself to find solutions. You push through the pain, the failures, and the doubt until victory is the only outcome left. Look at any self-made success story and you'll see the same pattern: resilience, persistence, and an unbreakable belief in oneself. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is not talent, intelligence, or luck. It's the ability to keep going when others stop. It's the ability to see failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Ask yourself, how many times have you stopped short of success because things got too hard? How many dreams have you abandoned because the obstacles seemed too big? Now, imagine if you had kept going. Imagine where you would be if you refused to quit. You must train your mind to see obstacles as challenges, not barriers. The struggle is what shapes you. The pain is what strengthens you. Every time you push past a failure, you become stronger, smarter, and more prepared for the success that is coming your way. There will be times when you feel like giving up, when doubt creeps in, when you question if it's worth it. In those moments, remind yourself, if you refuse to quit, you never truly fail. The only real failure is stopping before you reach the finish line. Everything else is just part of the journey. Success is reserved for those who persist. The winners of the world aren't those who never failed. They're the ones who never let failure stop them. So make the decision now. No matter what comes your way, no matter how hard it gets, commit to pushing forward. Act as if you cannot lose, because when quitting is not an option, success becomes inevitable. Who you surround yourself with matters. One of the most powerful secrets of success is this: the people you surround yourself with will determine how far you go. No one succeeds alone. The greatest achievers in history didn't reach their level of greatness in isolation. They built strong networks, powerful alliances, and surrounded themselves with people who fueled their ambition. They built mastermind groups, teams of like-minded individuals who challenge them, support them, and push them to the next level. These groups aren't just social circles. They are incubators of success where ideas are refined, strategies are developed, and mindsets are strengthened. When you surround yourself with winners, you start thinking, acting, and operating at a higher level. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the people around you influence your mindset, habits, and ambitions? If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and accept mediocrity, you'll unconsciously adopt their mindset. But if you surround yourself with people who think big, expect excellence, and constantly strive for more, you'll naturally rise to their level. Look at the most successful figures in history. Henry Ford had Thomas Edison and other innovators in his circle. Despite their rivalry, they challenged each other to think bigger and innovate further. Success isn't just about individual effort. It's about leveraging the power of association. The truth is, your environment shapes your reality. If you surround yourself with people who are complacent, your ambitions will shrink to fit that environment. But if you align yourself with those who are constantly striving for greatness, you'll be pulled up to their level. Their energy, mindset, and drive will push you beyond your perceived limits. So how do you build a powerful network? How do you create your own mastermind group? First, seek out individuals who inspire you. Find people who have already achieved what you're striving for. Learn from them, study their habits, and if possible, connect with them. If you can't access them in person, absorb their wisdom through books, podcasts, or online content. Second, eliminate negative influences. You don't have to cut people out of your life completely, but you must protect your mind from toxic energy. Distance yourself from those who drain your motivation, who fill your head with doubt, or who encourage small thinking. Third, Add value to those around you. Great relationships are built on mutual benefit. If you want to connect with powerful, successful individuals, ask yourself, what can I bring to the table? Offer insight, support, and encouragement. Become someone who uplifts others, and you'll naturally attract high-caliber people into your life. Lastly, hold yourself to a higher standard. If you want to be in the presence of great minds, you must operate at their level. Expect excellence from yourself, commit to growth, and never settle for average. Success isn't just about talent or hard work. It's about positioning yourself in an environment that breeds greatness. If you surround yourself with small thinkers, your dreams will shrink. But if you surround yourself with giants, your vision will expand beyond limits. Remember this, the people around you either push you forward or pull you back. Choose wisely. Surround yourself with those who make you better, and watch how far you go. Your subconscious mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and failure, they will take root and flourish. But if you plant seeds of confidence, belief, and success, your life will transform in ways you never imagined. The thoughts you consistently feed your mind become the foundation of your reality. Most people go through life unaware of the power of their subconscious mind. They let negative thoughts, fears, and self-doubt dominate their mental space. They focus on problems instead of solutions, failures instead of opportunities. And just like weeds taking over a garden, these negative thoughts choke out any chance of success. But those who understand the power of the subconscious mind take control of their thoughts. They intentionally plant powerful, positive beliefs that lead to unstoppable momentum. Every single day, you must make a conscious effort to feed your mind with positivity. This isn't just a feel-good exercise, it's a necessity. Your mind is constantly being influenced by the world around you. The news, social media, and even the people you interact with can plant seeds of fear, doubt, and limitation. If you don't take control of what enters your mind, negativity will take over by default. So, what can you do? You must become the gatekeeper of your mind. Read inspiring books that expand your thinking. Listen to motivational speeches that ignite your passion. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you. Drown out negativity. Reject self-doubt and immerse yourself in an environment that reinforces your belief in success. Successful people understand this principle. They don't allow negative thoughts to dictate their actions. They don't dwell on failures or past mistakes. Instead, they program their minds with thoughts of victory, resilience, and confidence. They visualize their success before it happens. They act as if success is guaranteed. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you are a winner, that you are unstoppable, that success is inevitable, your mind will accept these statements as truth. And once your subconscious believes it, your actions, habits, and decisions will align with that belief. You will walk, talk, and think like a winner. You will attract opportunities that others miss. You will turn obstacles into stepping stones. This is not magic, it is psychology. Athletes use this technique to win championships. Entrepreneurs use it to build empires. Leaders use it to inspire. They understand that the battle is won in the mind before it is won in reality. They take bold steps, they learn, and they grow. They don't wait for certainty, they create it. So make the decision, stop overthinking, stop hesitating. Whatever dream, goal, or vision you have, commit to it. Step forward with confidence. The world belongs to those who decide, those who commit, and those who execute. Be that person and watch as your life transforms. During the 1930s, the world was in turmoil. The Great Depression had devastated economies, wiped out businesses, and left millions struggling. Fear and uncertainty gripped the world, and most people hesitated, afraid to take action. But history shows a clear truth. Those who took decisive action, whether in business, innovation, or investing, came out on top. In times of crisis, people tend to freeze. They wait, they hesitate, they hope for better conditions before making a move. But those who waited in the 1930s, those who let fear control them, ended up with nothing. They let opportunities pass them by, too afraid to take the risks necessary to change their circumstances. Meanwhile, a select few, The bold, the fearless, the action takers saw the crisis as an opportunity. They moved with confidence, they took risks, and they ended up building fortunes, while others remained stuck in fear. Look at the industrialists, the entrepreneurs, the investors of that era. While the masses hesitated, visionaries like Henry Ford, John D. Rockefeller, and Andrew Carnegie, those who waited for the perfect moment were left behind, while those who seized opportunities despite uncertainty rose to greatness. The same principle applies today. Success is not for those who hesitate, it is for those who make bold moves, who take massive action, and who refuse to let fear dictate their decisions. The world does not reward inaction, it rewards those who step forward with confidence. Well, what does this mean for you? It means that waiting is not an option. If you want to create success, you must act as if success is already yours. You must move with certainty, you must make decisions quickly, adjust when necessary, and never let hesitation paralyze you. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack the courage to take action. They overanalyze, they second-guess themselves, and in doing so they miss their moment. But winners understand that no opportunity is ever perfect. There will always be risk, there will always be unknowns. But success belongs to those who push forward despite uncertainty. Take a look at the greatest entrepreneurs, athletes, and leaders today. They don't hesitate. They make bold moves. They invest in themselves. They trust their instincts. And because of that, they create opportunities where others see obstacles. They act with the confidence that success is inevitable, and their actions reflect that belief. Ask yourself, are you waiting for the right time? Are you letting fear hold you back? Or are you ready to step up, take risks, and claim what is yours? If you want to win, you must make decisive action your habit. Stop waiting, stop hesitating. Train yourself to move forward even when the path isn't clear. Success is a mindset, and that mindset is built through action. Act as if you cannot fail. Move as if success is already guaranteed. Because when you do, your actions will begin to align with that belief. The world bends to those who refuse to wait. Be one of them. Take bold action, make fearless moves, and watch as the doors of opportunity swing wide open for you. Fear is the single biggest enemy of success. It paralyzes, it destroys confidence, and it keeps people trapped in mediocrity. In times of crisis like the Great Depression, fear destroyed more dreams than failure ever could. It wasn't just the economic collapse that ruined lives. It was the fear that stopped people from taking action, from adapting, from pushing forward when it mattered most. Fear is a natural instinct, hardwired into our minds to protect us from danger. But in the modern world, fear is no longer just about survival. It has become a mental barrier that holds people back from success. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. These fears aren't real dangers, yet they have the power to destroy ambitions, crush confidence, and keep people from ever realizing their potential. But the successful, the ones who rise above adversity, learn to transmute fear into power. They don't let fear stop them. Instead, they use it. They recognize fear as an indicator that they are stepping outside their comfort zone, that they are about to do something meaningful, something that has the power to change their lives. Rather than retreating, they use fear as a signal to take action. So what will you do? Will you let fear define your life, or will you use it as fuel? The choice is yours. Feel the fear, but act anyway, because on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted, and only those who push through will ever get to see it. The world will never believe in you if you don't believe in yourself first. Act as if you are the best. Walk like it, speak like it, work like it, and soon enough, the world will have no choice but to see you that way. Success is not about luck, it's about decision. And today I challenge you to decide. Are you going to think and grow rich, or are you going to wait for success to come to you?
Life's a continuous journey, a process of learning, evolving, and growing into your truest self. On this path, you'll face resistance. There will be moments of self-doubt when old habits pull you back, tempting you with familiar comfort. But remember, true growth never happens in your comfort zone. The most profound transformations happen when you dare to step beyond the familiar into the unknown. The world won't always understand your decision to choose yourself. People may criticize you, question your choices, or even distance themselves because you no longer fit their expectations. And yes, this can be painful, But when you choose yourself, you stop seeking external validation. You begin to realize your worth isn't defined by what others think, but by what you believe about yourself. This doesn't mean isolating yourself, quite the contrary. When you choose yourself, your relationships evolve in ways you never imagined. You no longer chase approval, you seek genuine connection. You stop settling for shallow interactions and start craving relationships that nourish your soul. In this process, you discover something beautiful. The right people will always be there. Not because they need you, but because they value you exactly as you are. It's power of inner alignment. As you begin to live from a place of authenticity, the world around you transforms. This isn't magic. It's the powerful interplay between your inner and outer world. Carl Jung often spoke about how our psyche projects our inner state onto the external world. If you live in internal conflict, you'll attract external conflict. If you reject yourself, you'll encounter rejection. But if you choose yourself, if you fully accept and embrace who you are, you'll begin to see how the people and circumstances around you also start to shift. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process requiring patience and commitment. There will be days you feel like you're taking steps backward, moments when old tendencies try to resurface. But this is where the real test lies. Your ability to stay firm in your decision, to choose yourself, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels lonely. The world glorifies sacrifice, seeing giving everything to others, even at the expense of our own well-being, as noble. But what happens when we pour from an empty cup? What happens when we give so much that we lose ourselves in the process? Choosing yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. Only when you are whole, when you are aligned with your truth, can you truly give to others from a place of abundance rather than depletion. So, dare to choose yourself not just once, but every day, in the smallest of decisions, and watch as your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. Jung taught us something profoundly important. We cannot give what we do not possess. If you sacrifice your happiness, your energy, or your inner peace in an attempt to please others, what you are offering is not authentic. Sooner or later, that imbalance will manifest itself in your life, whether through emotional exhaustion, dissatisfaction, or even a sense of emptiness. Take a moment to reflect on your current relationships. How many inspire you, uplift you, and bring you peace? And how many leave you feeling drained, confused, or emotionally depleted? Jung invites us to ponder this, because our relationships aren't merely social connections. They are mirrors that reflect our internal state. The people we choose to keep close are reflections of the beliefs, values, and emotional patterns that reside within us. If you find yourself allowing someone to repeatedly cross your boundaries, it's not necessarily because they are bad, but rather because a part of you has not yet learned how to protect itself. Setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-love. Jung believed that the unconscious mind is constantly working to guide us toward our well-being, but more often than not, we ignore its signals. That sense of exhaustion you feel after interacting with certain individuals is not a coincidence. It's your unconscious telling you that the relationship is not in alignment with your true essence. And if you continue to ignore these signals, the price you will always pay is your inner peace. Embracing intuition and synchronicity. Choosing yourself means setting boundaries, not as walls that shut people out, but as bridges that lead to healthier and more authentic relationships. When you say no to what doesn't serve you, you are simultaneously saying yes to your truth, your dreams, and your well-being. This doesn't mean severing ties with everyone, but rather being honest with yourself about which relationships nourish you and which ones drain you. As you begin to live from this place of authenticity, something extraordinary happens. Your intuition strengthens. That inner voice, which once seemed faint or uncertain, starts guiding you with greater clarity. you begin making choices that not only make logical sense, but also feel right deep within your soul. This is the power of choosing yourself. It reconnects you with your intuition, with that inner compass that has always been there, waiting for you to trust it. Jung described intuition as one of the purest forms of connection with the unconscious. It is that inexplicable knowing, that feeling in your gut when something either feels right or does not. But to truly hear it, you must silence the noise of the outside world. This means letting go of the need for approval, detaching from societal expectations, and learning to trust yourself, because at the end of the day, no one else can truly know what is best for you. When you decide to choose yourself, you are sending a powerful message to the universe. I am ready to live in alignment with my truth. And the universe responds. Suddenly you begin to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with who you truly are. This doesn't mean life will be free of challenges, but those challenges will no longer feel like an endless struggle. Instead, they will become stepping stones, opportunities for growth, transformation, and self-discovery. By choosing to live in authenticity, you also begin to experience something Jung described as synchronicity. These seemingly random yet perfectly timed events that unfold in your life are not mere coincidences. They are a direct reflection of your inner alignment. When you are in harmony with yourself, the external world starts aligning with you as well. Doors open effortlessly, the right people come into your life at the right moment, and everything begins to flow in ways that once seemed impossible. This is the beauty of embracing your true self. When you honor your inner world, the external world responds in kind. And in that space of deep alignment, you will find not only a greater sense of fulfillment, but also a profound sense of peace, the kind that comes from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be, overcoming resistance and inspiring others. When you choose yourself and decide to honor your truth, the universe seems to conspire in your favor. The right opportunities arrive effortlessly, the right people appear at the perfect moment, and everything begins to flow in a way that once seemed impossible. It's as if the entire fabric of existence shifts to align with your newfound sense of purpose. Suddenly, what once felt out of reach is now within your grasp. But this doesn't mean the path will be free of obstacles. In fact, some of the greatest challenges arise precisely when you decide to choose yourself. It's as if the world, so accustomed to the version of you that aimed to please everyone else, suddenly resists your transformation and tries to test your commitment. You might feel the weight of external expectations pushing against you, trying to pull you back into old patterns. The doubts will come, the fears will surface, and the temptation to return to what is familiar will be strong. This is where your true power lies. Every time you reaffirm your decision, every time you prioritize your inner peace over external demands, you are strengthening the connection with your true self. The key is to remain steadfast, even when uncertainty creeps in. It is completely natural to feel fear when leaving behind the known, even if you are aware that it no longer serves you. But remember this, every time you choose to stay in a place that no longer brings you joy, you are closing the door to something that could profoundly transform you. The great psychologist C.C. Jung taught us that change does not occur without resistance. But that resistance is not a sign that you are making a mistake. Rather, it is proof that you are moving forward. It is the friction between the old and the new, the tension between who you were and who you are becoming. One of the most powerful ways to overcome this resistance is through deep self-reflection. Ask yourself, what do I truly value? What is most important to me? What kind of life do I want to build? When you gain clarity about your values and goals, it becomes significantly easier to make decisions that align with them. And as you do, you begin to attract people and circumstances that resonate with the same energy. The world around you shifts in response to your inner alignment. It's also crucial to remember that you are not alone on this journey. While choosing yourself may feel like a solitary act at first, in reality you are forging a path that will naturally draw the right people towards you, those who will support, celebrate, and walk alongside you. These individuals will not require you to change in order to fit into their lives. They will embrace you exactly as you are because they too have chosen to live in alignment with their truth. When you reach this point, something inside you changes forever. Life no longer feels like an endless struggle. The decisions that once seemed overwhelming now come with clarity and confidence. And most importantly, you discover a sense of peace that is no longer dependent on external circumstances. Because, as Jung taught us, true peace can only come from within. That inner peace is the natural result of honoring your needs, respecting your boundaries, and living in full alignment with your values. But it is more than just a personal gift. It is something you can share with the world. When you live authentically, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage becomes a beacon of light for those who are still searching for their own path. And in this process, you do not merely transform your own life. You create a ripple effect that profoundly impacts those around you. Your call to action. Take a moment to imagine what your life could be like if you let go of everything that no longer serves you. How would you feel if you released the relationships that drain your energy, the commitments that don't resonate with your soul, and the expectations you never truly wanted to fulfill? Picture the freedom, the lightness, and the clarity you could experience. This is not an unattainable dream. Is a real possibility, fully within your reach. All it requires is the willingness to choose yourself. When you make this choice, you begin to see that you are not losing anything by letting go of what no longer aligns with you. On the contrary, you are making space for what truly matters. You are crafting a life that not only makes sense, but also fills you with purpose and joy. And that in itself is a transformation worth embracing. This is the gift Carl Jung wanted all of us to discover, the profound realization that true transformation begins the moment we stop searching outside of ourselves for something that has always been within. It is the moment we choose to live from a place of authenticity, embracing who we truly are rather than who we were conditioned to be. When this happens, something extraordinary unfolds. You begin to feel truly alive. You're no longer trapped by others' expectations, nor bound by society's rigid demands that constantly tell you who you should be. Instead, you start tuning into that inner voice, the one that has always been there, whispering to you, urging you to look deeper, to recognize that something greater awaits, if only you have the courage to pursue it. This feeling of liberation is priceless. It's as if a heavy weight has been lifted from your shoulders, allowing you to breathe fully, deeply, freely, perhaps for the first time in a very long while. However, attaining this freedom requires great courage. It demands that you confront not only the external pressures that have shaped your life, but also the internal fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that have held you back. Jung reminded us that our greatest enemy is not something outside of us, it is within. It is that persistent inner voice that whispers, what if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What if I disappoint others? But here lies the truth, the secret that so many never realize. That voice is not your truth. It is merely an echo of past experiences, a reflection of conditioning you have absorbed over the course of your life. Every time you choose to confront it, every time you act in spite of the fear, you are dismantling those limiting beliefs piece by piece, clearing space for something new to emerge. This is the true power of choosing yourself. When you make this choice, you break free from the invisible chains that have kept you bound. As you walk further down this path, something remarkable begins to happen. The things that once seemed so important, the endless chase for validation, the need to prove your worth, the compulsion to please others, begin to lose their grip on you. You no longer feel the urge to compete, to compare, or to conform. Instead, you discover a profound sense of fulfillment in simply being yourself. And it is in this state of authenticity that you uncover your true power. This power has nothing to do with control over others, nor is it about dominance or force. It is a power that comes from deep connection with your inner being, that part of you that has always known who you are and what you need. It is a silent, unwavering force. Yet it is unstoppable, because when you are aligned with yourself, when you stand in your truth, nothing and no one can take you off your path. The beauty of this process is that it doesn't only transform your life, it transforms the lives of those around you. When you choose yourself, you become a living example of what it means to be authentic. You inspire others, not by preaching, not by convincing, but simply by being. Your presence alone encourages others to question their own beliefs, to challenge their own fears, and to step into their own truth. This is something Carl Jung understood deeply. He knew that individual transformation has a ripple effect, that every time a person chooses authenticity, they contribute to a collective shift in consciousness. Because when we live from our true selves, our relationships change, our communities change, even the world itself begins to change. But do not be mistaken, this journey is not linear. There will be days when you feel strong, empowered, and completely in tune with yourself. And then there will be days when doubt creeps in, when uncertainty clouds your vision, when you question everything. These moments of doubt are not signs of failure, they are an integral part of the process. Jung saw them as opportunities to deepen your connection with yourself, to reflect, to learn, and to grow. Each challenge, each setback is an invitation to shed the old, to step into something greater, to move closer to your true essence. And in those moments when the path feels uncertain, it is essential to remember this. You are not alone. Although the journey toward authenticity may seem solitary at first, you will inevitably find people, experiences, and resources that support you along the way. The more you embrace who you truly are, the more aligned you become with those who resonate with your energy. And when that happens, the journey no longer feels like a struggle. It becomes a homecoming. Perhaps a book or conversation or even a video like this one reaches you at the exact moment you need it most. These are not mere coincidences, they are signs, signals from the universe that confirm you are on the right path. Every moment, every decision, every challenge you have overcome has led you here, to this very instant. And though the future may seem uncertain, there is one undeniable truth. As long as you continue to choose yourself, you will be building a life that is truly worth living. The greatest gift you can give yourself is to be unapologetically you, not the version of yourself that others expect, nor the one you have created just to fit in, but your purest essence. The real you that exists when no one else is watching. Carl Jung once revealed that the true work of life does not lie in searching outside of ourselves, but in unraveling the deep mysteries that reside within. And when you finally make the conscious choice to embrace yourself, you come to a profound realization. Everything you are searching for has always been within you. This is a call to action. Life is far too short to remain trapped in the need for external validation, to ignore your own desires, to silence your dreams in order to meet the expectations of others. The time to take the first step is now. The time to confront your fears, to acknowledge your shadows, and to listen to the quiet whispers of your intuition is today. The moment to reconnect with your true self is right in front of you. Because when you choose yourself, you do more than transform your own life. You also change the world around you. Your energy shifts, your perspective expands, and your very presence begins to inspire those who cross your path. Now, what comes next? This is the moment to reflect on everything you have just heard. Ask yourself, which aspects of my life are truly aligned with my authentic self? What can I let go of in order to live with greater authenticity? What is holding me back from embracing the person I was always meant to be? Remember, every small step matters. Every single choice you make in favor of your true self is a victory. And most importantly, you are not alone on this journey. This space, this community, this channel exists to remind you of your infinite potential and to guide you along your path of self-discovery. If this message has resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Extend its impact beyond yourself. Share this video with someone who might need it, someone who is searching for answers, someone who is facing their own challenges, someone who might need this exact moment of clarity. Every interaction matters. Every comment, every like, every share helps this message reach more people, people who just like you are searching for a deeper connection with their true selves. Imagine the impact we can create together. A community of individuals committed to living from a place of authenticity, courage, and self-acceptance. Now, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what part of this message spoke to your heart. What steps are you willing to take today to choose yourself, to honor your true essence? Every word you share matters, not just to me, but to everyone who is on this same journey, seeking their own truth, their own clarity. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you never miss another message like this. Together, we can bring this reflection to every corner, to every person who needs to be reminded that the greatest power of all lies in the simple yet profound act of choosing to be who you truly are. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. But above all, thank you for being part of this movement, this awakening, this shared journey towards self-discovery. Never forget, you are not alone. Change begins with you, and the world desperately needs more people with the courage to embrace their authentic self.